All right, let's go ahead and create a new array list. So public class ArrayList Example. All right. So array lists are pretty cool. But first, let's review what an array is. So public static void main string args. Okay, so an array is, as an example, here's an array, my R equals new, and we'll just have a little 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing a comma here. There we go. An array is one variable name that holds a bunch of variables. So this is the index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3. The problem with an array is that it's of fixed length. So for example, if I were to print out some of these, system out print line my R sub I, or sub 0, then it's not going to be a problem at all. Save this, save it in the same place as always. Save. All right. And then public static. I didn't spell static right. Boom. All right. So compile's fine. We run it, and there is the number 1 right there. Well, all right, I can do 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 3. Great. Ta-da! All right, all the way to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So index 0, 3, that's good. What if I want to add something else? What if I wanted to add it at the 4th spot, or the 5th spot, or the 6th spot? Equals 22. If I do that, it'll compile fine, but it'll give me a runtime exception. And there it is, array index out of bounds. There's a fundamental limitation of arrays. Once you have created them with a fixed size, you cannot make them any bigger. They're very fast, they're very efficient, but there's the fundamental limitation. You cannot make them any bigger. So here we go. Array list, and I'll call it al for array list, al equals new array list. There we go. Now this doesn't compile by itself because I need to import java.util.arraylist. All right, that'll compile, and it runs, except this doesn't, of course. So I'll comment all of my array part out so I can focus on my array list. My array list is pretty cool. I can do al.add, I can add a 1. Al.add, I can add 2. I can even do a for loop for index I equals 3, I is less than 500, I plus plus, and I will add continuously al.add I. And so, well, how big is al? When I first originally create al, inside, and if you read the documentation, it creates an array list of size 10. We don't really care how big it is because Java takes care of this in the array list. So if it's of size 2000, it doesn't really matter. We can actually presume, naively anyway, that al is of size 0 when created and always adds it as we need to. Independently, it adds it, creates it originally of size 10, and then when it needs to, it just makes it bigger and bigger by increments of 10. So this should work, compiles fine, I run it, it worked, it finished. So let's go ahead and look at it. For end I equals 0, I is less than. Now what is al? Al.size and I plus plus. There we go. Notice that with an array, my R would be my R.length. This is .size. That's based on the documentation. So system out print line. Let's just do print, and we'll do al.get I. And we'll go ahead and add a space. There we go. Well, might as well do print line. Okay. We'll compile it. Everything works fine. I'll explain this in another video, and we'll run it. Whoa, okay. We have lots of numbers there. first number is, get to the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down to 499. Well, what if we want more? Let's make this a good solid 601. So it goes through 1 through 600. Run that. And there's all the way to 600. Hey, that works great. So an array list is very nice. The point of using an array list is because of the limitations of an array. An array, once you've established the size, so for example, my R has a size of 4 here. That's it. From index 0 through 3, and that's all we can do. Once the array is created, we cannot change the size. With an array list, you can change the size. An array list is really slow in comparison to an array, but it's so much easier to use. So if you're not really worried about the speed, then you're good. Remember, an array list is slow compared to an array. You use it differently. You add using these methods. There's dot size instead of dot length, and you get using dot get. So it's a little bit different.